So if you take a look at the golden rectangle that I have up here, this is a version of the one that I made in the last video. You see that it's obviously divided into two parts, the green square and the white rectangle. And you might be taking a look at that white rectangle and saying, hey, I wonder, could it possibly be? And you're right. When you take a golden rectangle like this and isolate a square, you end up with another rectangle, which is in fact a golden rectangle. Let's just make sure that I'm correct about this. So I'm going to measure the length and width, or the width and length. I'm going to do a little math and see if I really know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're going to take our length, divide it by the width, and we get what we wanted. Okay, so this is a golden rectangle right here. Okay, so we have, anytime you have a golden rectangle, isolate that square, what is left is a golden rectangle. So we can do that. We can do that again. We can go over here, and I've just created a line segment here, and I'm going to use it to create, whoops, I want a transformation. I want to rotate it by, well, that's exactly where I want it, 270 degrees, and I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to rotate it again the same way. And again, I end up with a square and a rectangle. Let's take a look at this rectangle now. We already have the measurement for EB, so I'll just quickly measure this one, BF prime, and let's see what happens. So calculate, I want EB, which is over here, and I want to divide it by BF prime, which is here, and lo and behold, it is indeed a golden rectangle. And so we can do this as much as we want, really. It's sort of an endless process. So I'm not going to say much for the next little while. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Mark that as the center of the turn. Rotate it. That's good. Mark a new turn center. Great. So there's another one, right? And we can just do this as long as we can actually still see what we're doing, because as you know, our squares and rectangles are going to become quite small, and at a certain point it just may be difficult to see them anymore, and that's when we'll call it quits. But for now, we've got a few more turns left here, so that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. Now I think we're going to go with this one right here. Sorry, need to make the line segment. Now we can turn it. I think I goofed. I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to make the line segment here. That's, I think, where I want it. But I know what I want to do later on, so no, I'm going to do this one. Oops, did I not draw? Yeah, I did. And that one, and I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to want that over here though. That's good. Let's mark a center and rotate that. That's good. And all right, let's make another guy right here. Mark the center. And we're going to rotate him. That's where I want him. Now I am doing this in a specific way because there is something that I want to happen in the next video. So I'm being very careful to make sure that all my squares are where they should be, where they're supposed to be. Rotate. Yeah, so you can see how it's getting a bit crazy here. It's getting kind of small, kind of hard to see, and I think maybe this is going to be the last one that I do. Okay, so we have a bunch of golden rectangles rather in here. Golden triangles will be another video. So the lesson learned is when we take a golden rectangle, slice off a square made from the width times the width, the remainder, what is remaining, the difference rather, is another golden rectangle, and this can happen infinitely. It's kind of cool.